Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Whether or Not. I am Matthew Howard, joined here by our forecaster, Madison Olms.
Matthew, it's great to have you on this show as a new team member this season. I hope you're happy to be here, as happy as we are to have you.
And I am super happy to be here. And Madison, do we have a sunny rest of the week?
So it's looking like we'll get some snow showers on Friday with the precipitation clearing up for the rest of the weekend, but with a cloudy Saturday and Sunday.
All right, and I do love the snow, so that will be very exciting. Speaking of the snow, we do have a feature later by Benjamin Iaia on winter driving.
Glazed landscapes may not be visible in the winter months thanks to the phenomenon freezing fog. Fog is common in both fall and winter, and temperature plays a huge role in determining whether this close to the ground cloud will freeze. Freezing fog starts out the same way as any other fog. Cooler air, compared to air at a higher temperature, can't hold as much moisture. The water vapor in the air condenses and forms water droplets and eventually fog close to the ground. When fog forms in temperatures below freezing, the water droplets remain as a supercooled liquid that can freeze instantly on exposed surfaces. This can be extremely dangerous for those walking outside or even driving. The fog decreases visibility, but on top of that, surfaces are icy. Although the winter months can be pretty with fresh fallen snow, it's hard to see that while slipping and sliding in low visibility.
In the Northeast and Mid-Atlantic, it has been all about the lack of snowfall for winter lovers. But has there been a lot of rain? Well, their observation sites showed a historical amount of rain for the area over the past few months. Torrential rainstorms affected the East Coast last month and even started into the new year. Allentown, Pennsylvania received 8.62 inches of rain in December 2023, surpassing the previous record by almost an inch for the wettest December. Many roads in large cities were left underwater due to these heavy rains. Strong wind gusts were also present with many of these storm systems, leaving the same household without power on multiple occasions. Many heavy rainfall events in the past several months have caused these recent floods to worsen. In addition to the flooding, severe thunderstorms occurred in the Northeast in places where thunderstorms are rare in the winter. Above average temperatures and more rainfall are expected to make a comeback through next week.
Winter storms have brought in winds and snow across a good portion of the western U.S., increasing the risk of avalanche conditions. Generally, avalanche conditions occur with two main ingredients, a slope of 30 degrees and layers of snow. The sliding of the snow layers can be caused by extra pressure on top of the snowpack from wind, rain, or motion. Sometimes sliding occurs when large snow slabs break away and go down the side of the mountain. Those avalanches tend to cause the most fatalities. Avalanches are often triggered by movement from those participating in recreational activities such as skiing, snowmobiling, or snowshoeing. These are also the ones who have the highest risk of getting injured from avalanches. On average, there are about 28 fatalities per year. It's important to keep updated on the avalanche forecasts when considering spending time in the backcountry. Although there are protocols and mitigation systems, avalanches can occur at any time with the right conditions. As we continue to experience winter weather, it's important to have fun, but stay safe.
A slow, unprecedented start to the winter was the main weather headline across the United States. Specifically, the Northeast and the Mid-Atlantic had above average temperatures to start the winter, making it hard for any snow event to last. Although this was the case for the first few weeks of winter, below average temperatures returned, changing any rain to snow. A significant snowstorm protruded the Mid-Atlantic region earlier this week. Major cities in the I-95 metro area have not seen an inch of snow in the past 2 years. New York City received 1.4 inches of snow from this storm, which was their largest snowstorm total in about 2 years. The Baltimore and Philadelphia metro areas received several inches of snow from the snowstorm, unlike the Big Apple. This is not a rare sight to see for many of these residents, as it is fairly normal. While it was treacherous travel for many city goers, it brought excitement to many people who enjoy the snow.
We've been no stranger to winter weather these past few weeks, and this weekend's not about to be any different. Looking at Friday, we see some cooler temperatures across most of the northeastern region. This can be thanks to the cold front that just passed through closer to the coast. But as we take a broader look, there will be snowfall in areas especially like PA, Ohio, and even portions of Indiana, with cooler temperatures persisting as we head into Saturday. A lot of that precipitation did cease, but we do see some remaining in the eastern portion of Pennsylvania, West Virginia, and even northern New York. There will be cloudy skies across most of the region, but some of those winds will begin to pick up in southern Pennsylvania, making those cold temperatures feel even cooler. Going into Sunday, a lot of those cold temperatures do persist, as well as those clouds, but there is a high pressure system forming in near southern Indiana, hopefully moving out some of those winter storms that we've been experiencing. Now let's take a look at our weekend recap. On Friday, the high temperature will be around 29 degrees, which is right around average for this time of year, but those snow showers will be persistent throughout most of the day, but will stop come Friday night, where temperatures will slightly drop to about 22 degrees, but those clouds remaining in the area, even as we head into Saturday, with an even slight drop of temperature to about 21 degrees, but those winds will be picking up, could range anywhere from 10, 15 to even 20 mile an hour winds, making those temperatures feel even cooler, which is what we'll be experiencing Saturday night when temperatures drop to 15 degrees. Thankfully on Sunday, we'll see a slight rise in temperatures to about 29 degrees, right around average again, and hopefully we'll be seeing some of the sun peek through those clouds as we finish off the weekend. Up next, we have a feature by Benjamin Iaia on winter driving.
With the wintry season in full swing across the Commonwealth, hazardous weather can occur at any time. The worst place to be when wintry weather strikes is on the road, but there are ways to be safe and prepared while driving during the heart of winter. Snow, sleet, freezing rain, and wind are common road hazards across Pennsylvania. According to PennDOT, there were over 8,900 vehicle accidents during wintry events in 2022. One of the most common weather hazards are snow squalls, which can occur in an instant. Snow squalls often lead to whiteout conditions, where visibility reduces to only a couple of feet. When snow squalls blind drivers, there are some things you can do in order to keep safe while on the road.
You happen to be out and you find yourself caught in a snow squall, the best thing to do is to gradually slow yourself down, increase your following distance, and look for your first opportunity to get off of the highway. Don't just pull off onto the shoulder either. Like, look for, if you're on an interstate, for instance, try to find a rest area that you can get to, or the first available interchange that you can get off and you can get into a safe parking area.
In addition to snow squalls, freezing rain can occur throughout the Commonwealth. Slick and icy conditions can lead to a lack of traction, causing vehicles to slip and slide. Do not panic, as there are methods to correct the out-of-control movements.
If you do slide, you don't want to hit your brake. You want to, if you've braked and that's what sort of started to enter you into the slide, gradually let up on the brake, turn your wheel into the slide, which if your back end is the end that is sliding, you want to turn your front wheels to match that direction to help correct yourself out of that skid. And then you'll know that you want to decrease your speed accordingly, like decrease your speed by another 5 to 10 miles per hour because of the slippery conditions that you've encountered. And again, if you have that opportunity to get off of the roadway and postpone your travel, that's the appropriate step to take.
Mitigation is crucial for traveling during winter, and it is never too late to be prepared. While the chances of being stranded on a road or interstate is very unlikely, it is still possible. Being prepared with an emergency kit could be the difference between life or death. Cold, hunger, thirst, and carbon monoxide poisoning are all things to account for if roads become impassable.
Everybody has the potential of getting stranded on the roadway during winter. One thing that you can do is make sure that you keep your gas tank at least halfway full so that if you do find yourself in that situation, you have a heat source for a little while. So you can run your engine intermittently as a heat source. You're not going to want to run it consistently because not only does that put you at risk to carbon monoxide poisoning, but you're going to run your gas tank out much sooner if you just let it run consistently at an idle. So I would say that you probably want to run the engine for about 10 minutes of time intermittently, a few times an hour. Another thing that you're going to want to have with you is a flashlight with some batteries. You're going to want to have your cell phone and your cell phone charger. And you're going to want to have some things in your travel kits like jumper cables, some extra warm clothes and extra gloves, blankets potentially, and anything out of the ordinary. Let's say that you're traveling with some children, like a toddler or even a newborn. You're going to want extra formula and baby food in case you find yourself in that situation. If you're traveling with a pet, you're going to want some extra dog food and things of that nature. Bottled water for everybody to go around. Those are all good things to keep in your kits.
PennDOT also has multiple sources available to the public concerning winter weather and road conditions, which can be downloaded as an app on any smartphone.
Whenever we have a winter weather event coming up, if you are interested in finding out what the road conditions are, you can go out to 511 PA and it will report on various road conditions, whether there are any speed limit reductions or there are any crashes or detours. So that is a good tool for everybody to use during the winter.
It is never too late to start making an emergency kit for your vehicle. Staying up to date on road closures, weather conditions, and safety methods, winter driving will become a little bit easier in the future. For Weather or Not, I'm student meteorologist Benjamin Iaia.
As we head into the weekend, we'll still be experiencing some of that winter weather we've been seeing for the past few weeks, but come next week, there could be a change. Taking a look at our weekend recap, on Friday, the high temperature will be sitting at about 29 degrees with snowfall in the area. Temperatures will begin to drop on Saturday to about 21 degrees and clouds remaining overhead. On Sunday, those temperatures will begin to rise right back up to 29 degrees where they were at on Friday, and hopefully we'll be seeing some of that sun peek through the clouds. Taking a look at next week, much of those temperatures will begin to rise Monday through Friday. Monday, we're kicking off the week with about 35 degrees. Tuesday and Wednesday, some precipitation will be in the area, but come Friday, those temperatures will begin to rise right back up to about 50 degrees. Not making it the best weather, though, for some of those wintry conditions that we've been seeing.
In Madison, that reminds me of our quiz weather whiz question for today. And we are going to be talking about our snowfall. What is the snowiest January on record for State College? Is it A, 33.6, B, 35.1, C, 41.7, or D, 46? And if you guess C, you would indeed be correct. 41.7 inches of snow in 1978.
Wow, I could not imagine having 41.7 inches of snow here in State College.
It's crazy, and I love the snow, but once March comes, I'm really excited for the warm weather.
Yeah, I can't wait for those warmer months to come. I love the springtime.
And that has it for our episode of Whether or Not. We hope to see you next week.